Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Joni Young. Today I'm going to be showing you how to paint tranquil waters. We're working on an 18 by 24 stretched canvas that's been primed with acrylic gesso. We've got phthalo blue, turquoise, ultramarine blue, and titanium white. To start, we're going to take our large blending brush and load it up with turquoise paint. Pull across the center, back and forth. We're just going to continue to pull that paint across. We're going to work our way up. You can use a little bit of water if you need to. And we'll bring it down to the bottom too. Okay, now it's time to take some of that phthalo blue and we're going to cut right across, pull back and forth, and blend it gently into the turquoise. This is going to give us instant perspective. Take some more turquoise and start pulling lightly back and forth underneath that blue line. Now I've got a Filbert brush and a flat brush. I'm going to use both of these different brushes for creating all of the pattern in the top of the water and the bottom. I'm going to start by adding one design and swirly flowing line at a time, and then I'm going to just keep on following that line and building on from it. Now I don't have a picture or reference photo to go by. I just really love creating patterns, so this is just comes quite naturally to me and it's really fun to do. And it's so easy, you don't have to think too much about it. You just start swirling the paint around one line at a time and you just keep following it, making more lines, and before you know it, it just takes on a life of its own and you could created a really magical, tranquil pattern. So I'm going to keep working with the turquoise, building on my design and adding all these swirls and lines. And then I'm going to come in with white, pull in some more phthalo blue, and we'll be adding some of the ultramarine blue, mixing them both together. Now right here I've got the ultramarine blue and I'm going to pull a line right across the middle, and then I'm going to start pulling in some more designs. So this painting is very flowy, very relaxing to work on. You kind of just start to get lost in all the lines in that pattern. If you're having a day where you just don't know what to paint and you just need some relaxation, I really recommend trying this painting or something similar to it. Underwater paintings are very therapeutic. I'm going to mix some white in with that Thalo and the Ultramarine Blue. I want to create as many shades and tones I can with these colors on my palette. So I'm using this medium-sized Filbert for my main lines and swirls, and then later on I'm going to switch to a liner brush and even a mini fan brush to do some smaller lines and details. I'm really happy with the light that I'm starting to create by adding this white. It's starting to have a very soft glowing effect to it. So I'm going to pull in some on the right side now and continue building my pattern up. So lots of curls and exaggerated lines, just pulling and flowing all together, not knowing where one starts and one ends. So I'm switching from white to blue to turquoise. Whatever color that you feel like you want to use on your palette, any one of these colors will work. You don't have to put them in the same order that I have. All these colors look very beautiful together, so you can just create your own pattern. And I want to make it a little bit darker here at the top. And then pull a little bit more white down here. Now my canvas is still wet underneath, so I just continue to keep painting wet on wet. And each time I pull in a line, I'm picking up a little bit of the paint that's underneath, so they start to pull and blend together naturally on the canvas. I'm thinking of doing a whole series of underwater paintings. I think that they're really relaxing to work on, and not only that, they're probably very relaxing for you to watch. And I just want to give you guys something different in the new year coming. It's 2019 as I'm painting this. And we've got 2020 coming up in just a few short weeks. So I've got lots in store for the new year. And I really want my channel to be very healing, art therapy, relaxation, art inspiration. I believe so strongly in the healing of art and color. I'm adding more ultramarine blue at the top, and then I add some white and build on that pattern and all those little swirly lines. Now I've got my mini fan brush. I got it wet and I dipped it in the white paint. And I'm just going to pull and swirl and let those bristles separate so I can create lots of tiny little skinny lines just like that. So the trick is to have some water on your brush and to not push very hard, and then it will create all those lines and just flow very easily. Okay, I've got my long liner brush now. I've got water on it and I'm twisting and rolling it in the white paint, and I'm going to come in with finer lines and patterns in between all the other patterns that I have. I want to do some mini ones. And then I'll take some blue, either Thalo or Ultramarine, and go in between the white. And back to white. Picking up some more turquoise now. I'm going to start pulling in some reflections on the bottom of the ocean where the light will be hitting it, and it feels like there's just a little bit of movement and light flickering down. So lots of little wavy lines, and then I'm just going to soften with a damp brush, pulling and blending very lightly. I'm going to take some neon yellow turquoise, titanium white, and I'm going to pull lightly and drag across the bottom back there and start making it look like little reflections and shapes in the water. And then I want to add that color in with the patterns up here as well. Now you can use a flat brush or a filbert brush for this. I'm pulling and dragging sideways, kind of scumbling, making large kind of lopsided diamond shapes or crisscrossing. Some of them will be thicker, some of them will be thinner. And they're getting larger as they come towards us, closer to us in the foreground, and smaller and closer together back into the distance, creating that perspective. We'll keep adding on to this, picking up a little bit more yellow at times and a little bit more white at other times. Okay, I'll finish this up in the foreground, and then I'm going to pull into some turquoise and pull across just above that blue. I want to give it the illusion that it's further away and there's a bit more perspective. So I pull and blend, and then I come in with some more turquoise lines. These ones are a little thicker. It's all about where you want your light and shadow to fall. You can create your very own underwater escape. Back to these reflections now. Sometimes I like to hop to another part of the painting and let an area dry, and then I come back to it so I can lay in another layer of highlights. Got my liner brush now to do some little squiggly lines. Kind of just makes you feel like there's a little bit of relaxing movement in the water, maybe just a light little current or just light flickering down. Ultramarine blue and white. Just want to add a little bit of color to some of these reflections down here. Taking some more white now. Want to overlap some of these, make little crisscrosses that are kind of wiggly. Okay, just finishing these up. I'm gonna switch over and add some light blue, so phthalo blue and a little bit of white. As the paint is drying, it's looking a little bit darker than I want it to, so I'm just gonna add that bit of white phthalo. And it gives the look that I'm happy with now. It's a little bit softer. I don't want the water to feel like it's really deep and kind of scary. I want it to feel shallow and inviting and light and just very relaxing and tranquil. Adding a little bit more light, titanium white. You can take a little bit of the neon yellow and pull that in too. Mix that yellow with the white and the turquoise, and you get such a pretty green turquoisey color. Soften this a bit again, just brush back and forth, blending, and once it dries, you'll still be able to see an indication of that pattern underneath. It's not going anywhere, it won't disappear. It's just going to be a little bit more subdued now. We want to have some part of the painting to be kind of blurry, so it's not all really busy. Now I'm adding a little bit of the ultramarine blue. I'm thinking I like that now, but I'll wait and see how it dries. I might have to soften it again. A little bit of phthalo green. I wanted to try and incorporate some of the phthalo green or viridian green. I'm going to work some more on the light down here, and I'm even going to pick up a little bit of pink, neon orange, and neon yellow, and make different pastel tones, adding white to them. Sometimes when you look at the reflections, the sun hitting the water and down below, it kind of almost has a prismatic, beautiful hint of like rainbow colors, but just very soft and subtle. So that's what I'm going to try to create with this. If you guys are enjoying watching this video and you'd like to see more, leave a comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. I'm just about at 4,000 subscribers, and I'm really happy. My channel's been growing steadily over the past year and a half. So here you see I'm picking up titanium white, neon orange, and I'm going to start pulling in just little hints of these colors, not overpowering it. I don't want to take over that bluey turquoise that we've got. I just want to enhance a little bit and have some complementary colors in there. So I have a whole playlist of tropical landscapes and seascapes that I'm going to leave in a link below for you guys in the description box. So I hope you click on that and enjoy watching them. I'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Bye for now.